Hello, my friends. Welcome to the resistance band strength workout class. Today, we're going to be doing an overall body workout using just resistance bands. So, equipment, you're going to need something to pad your knees if that's something you need when we're doing things kneeling. You're also going to want a variety of bands. I use these bands that are just basically an elastic stretchy band, and you can get them in packages of three for I think I spent $11 for these three, light, medium, and heavy resistance. You're going to want something that has a loop. So I'm doing a light resistance loop for things that we're doing with arms. You're going to want another loop if you have it. I'm doing a heavy loop for some leg stuff. So at least one loop you're going to want. And then you're going to also want something that has some length that you're able to pull that is not in a loop. Or if you have a loop, you want to have it be a really long loop or double up your loops to make sure you have enough length for that. So these are inexpensive and they're very versatile because you can tie them up to make them into loops or you can keep them untied. Before we start, a reminder, everything we do is optional. So if something does not feel good to your body, you are going to skip it or you're going to switch it up, do something else, or change the way you're doing it so that you're not doing something that feels painful to you. It's okay to feel like you're working, but not to go into pain. All right, so we're going to start out with a little bit of warming up, lying down. Open your arms out to a T, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Take a great big sigh and let your low back and your belly soften. And then the second sigh, let your shoulders drop towards the floor. And see if you can get the back of your neck to lengthen out a bit more. And we'll just take a few nice deep breaths in here while you're taking stock of how everything feels so that you know what's going on with your body. If there is something you need to be extra careful with, just take note of that so that you're staying safe as we move through class. And then take another breath in, and as you exhale, let your knees go over to one side, head looks the other way. Inhale, center, exhale, twist the other direction. So going side to side with your twists, taking them slow so that you're twisting on the exhale and you're moving out of your twist on the inhale. You can change the width that your feet are from each other to change how your twist feels so that you're moving into a position that works for your body. And then the next time you go into your twist, stop and sigh. Come up through center, over to the other side and sigh again. And then coming back up to the middle. Deep breath in on the exhale, knees come to your chest for a hug. Some of you might find crossing the ankles to be more comfortable. And then you can either rock your legs side to side or circle knees going in the same direction. So these are warm-ups that I do pretty much with every single class. And then if your ankles are crossed, switch them. If you're circling, go the other way. Not only does it just give an overall body stretch and warm up, come back to center with the legs, and then open knees apart, circle them around and bring them back together. But it's also sort of creates a conditioned response that when you come onto your mat and you start out with these movements, your nervous system go the other direction with your circles. Your nervous system gets trained to settle, to relax and move into that place where it feels safe just by the conditioning of doing these similar stretches and warm-ups at the beginning of each class. All right, as your knees come back to center, open the knees wide, soles of the feet coming together. Keep the tailbone long and only reach down as low as you can on your legs while still allowing the shoulders dropping down towards the floor and the back of the neck staying long. You might pull the feet in a little bit towards your face. You can stay here or you can separate the feet to a happy baby position and maybe rock if that feels good. If you are rocking, bring yourself back to the center. Big inhale, complete exhale. Releasing, knees coming into your chest, hands to the backs of your thighs, flex your feet, breathe in. Exhale, reach the legs long towards the ceiling. Inhale, bend. Exhale, lengthen, bend, reach, bend. One more time as you reach up. This time, keep the legs there. Reach the arms up to point and flex your feet. Move through your wrists, palms up and palms down. Rotate your ankles and your wrists. Go the opposite direction. And then flex your feet, spread your toes out, and give hands a little bit of a shake. Bring the knees back into your chest. Set your left foot on the floor, cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Press your right thigh open, and when you're pressing, instead of going up by the knee, go way up at the top of the hip by your hip crease, pushing the thigh away from you or towards the foot end of your mat. And then relax that press. Keep the ankle over the thigh. Bring your left knee up towards your chest, or you can keep the left foot down on the floor or step it onto something elevated like a block or bring one of your straps around the back of your left thigh if you need to have longer arms, basically, to go into the stretch, but keep the neck and shoulders relaxed. Rock your legs side to side. And as you're rocking, notice where you're feeling a deeper stretch. So find that spot that feels like the right amount for you. Stop there, take a big breath in, let it go. And then we'll release and do the other side. Left ankle to right thigh. Press the left thigh open up by your hip crease. And then release that, press figure 4 on the side. So remember, the right foot can be on the floor. You can step it onto a block or bring one of your bands or your hands around the back of your right thigh as the knee comes to the chest. And then rock the legs side to side. And then go into the right amount of intensity for you. Breathe right there. Okay, set the right foot down, bring your left knee into your chest, and then you might lengthen out the right leg if that feels okay. Take a sigh. Set your left foot on the floor, bring your right knee to the chest, maybe lengthen out your left leg. Take a sigh. And then both legs along on the floor, reach your arms over your head, inhale, big full stretch. Exhale, relax. Inhale, stretch one side and release it. Go to the other side. Release, and then one more full body stretch. And relax. Okay, from here, we're going to walk the feet back to the floor. You're going to come into our first movement with the resistance band. So you're going to want a looped band. I'm going to use the heavy loop, but you could go lighter if you want to. And then you're going to bring them around your feet. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention is if you feel better doing this in tennis shoes, of course, everything we do, you can do with shoes on too. So after you get the strap or the band looped around your feet, you're going to lengthen out your legs and flex your feet. Find your core by doing a very full or a very complete exhale. Blow all your air out. Good. Now maintain your core, arms down by your sides. Breathe in, and as you exhale, bring just your right knee up towards your chest, and then lengthen the leg back out. Exhale, bring it up. Inhale, lengthen. Good. And that's the movement. We're going to continue just on the right leg. Left leg is active with a flexed foot, but the right leg is doing the work. Keep going. We're at 8. We're going to do a few more. 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good. Relax that leg. Let's give that leg a little shake. And then we're going to go to the left leg. So make sure your feet are flexed. And then exhale, knee up. Inhale, lengthen. We have 8 more on this side. We're going nice and slow. 8, 7. And you want that slow release. 6, 5. Working quads, hip flexors. 4, 3. Okay, last one. Good. Let's release. Give your legs a little shake. Kind of move, flap your toes in and out with loose legs. And then we're going to bring the knees back up to your chest so that you can slide the loop around your ankles. Okay, let's just do a little rock side to side once you've done that. And then come back to center. We're going to lengthen the legs up towards the ceiling. We can point the toes now. And then breathe in. And as you exhale, you're going to push out. So you're trying to make your feet wider. Inhale, release. Exhale, press out. Inhale, release. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release, knees back into your chest, rock side to side. And then while you're here, you're going to slide the band up to your thighs. So you want them to be just above the knee, basically. All right. Once you've got that in place, set the feet down. And then depending on how big your loop is, you want to open the feet and knees out enough to where you feel like you have a little bit of resistance already, like you're stretching your band out just a little bit, especially if you have these bands. If you have like a booty band, which is a loop that's very thick and has a lot of resistance, you might not need to do that. Okay, I'm just doing that to make it a little more challenging. Arms come down by your sides, palms facing up. Take a breath in and out. And then inhale, roll up into a bridge pose. And then you're gonna push out with your knees. Knees come in, lower down. Lift, push out. Knees in, lower down. Good. Up, out, in, lower. Up, out, in, lower. Keep going up, out, in, and down. We're at 6, I think. We've got 6 more of these. 6. And 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Okay. After we lower, just take a breath in and out. And then we're going to come back up to our bridge, and now we'll pulse out for 32 counts. So we're going to go out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 30, 31, 32, and release. Knees to the chest, rock side to side. Okay, we're not done working those glutes. We're going to do a little bit more, and then we'll do a figure 4 stretch just to give them a release. So you're going to keep the strap, that heavy strap, or the heavy, I'm so used to saying strap, the heavy band. Okay, now from here, we're going to, you can have your bottom leg a little bit bent, and then we're going to bring the top leg long, and then we're going to lift, bend, straighten, down, up, down, out, in, down, bend, and lower, and lower. Good. We got 8 more. 8, and 7. Lift, bend, straighten, lower, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then lift up, and we'll pulse up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good. Oh, all right. Give your glute a little pound. And now we're going to come into clamshell. So you're going to bend the knees a little bit more, keep the feet together, and you're going to open the top knee and close it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Give the glutes another little pound. Now we're going to change it up, and we're going to work the inner thigh of our bottom leg. So we're going to bring the strap. Here, I'm just going to move my top leg so you can see. You're going to bring the strap underneath, or your band underneath your foot of your top leg. And then the bottom leg is going to go through, and it'll be looped around the bottom thigh just above the knee. Okay, so top leg is bent, the loop is underneath that foot, and then we're going to have this a little bend in your bottom leg, and we're going to lift and lower, lift, lower. Now you can make this more challenging by making more tautness in the band by moving your bottom foot further away from your shoulder. Lift, lower. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more. Okay, now we're going to lift, hold it there, straighten, and bend. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend and then pulse up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good. Release. Knees to the chest as you roll onto your back. Do a little back and forth here. And then we're going to set ourselves up for the other side. So I'm going to flip around. Okay, I'm going to flip around. And then we're going to have your bottom leg bent a little bit. And the strap is, or the, I keep saying strap. So conditioned to say strap. Your resistance loop, your band, is around your thighs. So bottom leg's a little bit bent. Top leg is going to be straight. So you're going to lift, bend, straighten, lower. Up, bend, straighten, lower. 3, 4, 5, 6, up, back, straighten, down. 8, 9, 10. 2 more. Up, bend, straighten, lower, up, bend, straighten, lower. Good. Okay, keep that leg straight, the top leg straight, and we're going to pulse up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good. And bend. Give the hip a little pound to release it. And then we're going to do our clamshells. So I'm going to bend the knees a little more, feet together, and then you're going to open top knee and close it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, 12. Relax. Give the hip a little pound, and then we're going to set up for that inner thigh. So now you're going to take the top leg, bend it foot to the floor with your loop underneath your foot. And then other leg, the loop is around your thigh, just above your knee. Okay, so you're going to have the bottom leg a little bit bent. And if you want a little more resistance, slide your top foot further away from your face, just to make a little more tightness in your band. Okay, so we're going to keep that knee bent. We're going to lift, lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now bring it up, and we're going to straighten and bend. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 more. 6, 5. Keep it lifted. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Relax. Let's move that band out off of our legs. Set it off to the side. Come on to your back again. Knees to your chest. Rock side to side. Take a sigh. Okay, and then we're going to stretch out the glutes a little bit. Set your right foot down, cross your left ankle over, and then bring the knee up and just go side to side a few times just to release them. From here, okay, let's go to the other side. From here, we're going to come up into a table position. So if you're going to need some padding underneath your knees, make sure you have that so your knees stay happy and safe. All right, so we're going to come up into our table. As you come up to table, we're going to get a loop again, and we're going to be working arms, shoulders. So I'm going to use my loop that's a little bit less resistance. This is the light resistance. The other one I was using for the legs was heavy resistance. So after, you're going to loop the band around your wrist and then find your table position. Breathe in, and as you exhale, round your back. Inhale, arch, and round. Arch. We'll take one more. Round and arch. Come back to neutral. Now you're going to shift onto your left hand. Bring your right shoulder up enough to bring your right hand off the floor. And then you're going to do big circles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Arms stay straight. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Go the other direction. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Pause. Let's take a breath in and out. And then we're going to go to the other arm. So lift your shoulder up just enough. 12 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Reverse it. 12, 11, 10, 9. Biggest circles you can make. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! All right, we're going to move that resistance band off to the side. Let's come into a puppy pose. Walk your hands forward. Go as wide as you want with your hands to keep your shoulders happy. Let your heart melt. Hips stay up. Outside edges of the shoulder blades are lifting up. And you could go to the fingertips with palms lifted if you want that extra shoulder stretch. We'll take a big sigh. All right, and then come back up. So now we're going to go back to the legs. So I'm going to switch to my heavier loop, and we're going to bring the loop around your legs, and you're going to place the loop underneath your left knee. So I've got it under my left knee and around your right thigh, again, just above the knee. And we're going to go into some leg lifts. So you're going to lift your right leg with your toes, bent knee, toes pointed to the sky, and we're going to do a little lift and lower, just about an inch or two. And instead of pulsing, we're going to go slow lift and lowers. I find when we pulse in this position, people kind of dump into their low back, and I don't want you to do that. I want you to keep your navel in, spine neutral. Okay, so we're going to lift up and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Press the back of your neck up. 8 to keep your head in line with your shoulders. 9, 10, 11, 12. Hold there. Good. And then bring the knee down, and then we're going to open it out. Out, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slow lower. 7, 8. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Take a breath in and out. And then we're going to switch. So now bring your loop underneath your right knee and around your left thigh, just above the knee. And we'll start with those pointed toe, bent knee. Neutral spine, core is working, and we're going to do a lower and lift. Lift, lower, 2, 3. Back of the neck is pressing up, 4, to keep your head in line with your shoulders. 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, bring the knee down, and then we're going to open out to the side. Out, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. You can keep the strap where it is, and we're just going to release back into a child's pose. Take a great big breath in and sigh it out. All right, rolling up. We're going to come up to our standing, so you can curl your toes under, bring yourself up, and let's release our band from our feet. I'm going to move my knee pad off to the side so I don't accidentally step on it. And let's just do a few little neck and shoulder movements before we start working more into the arms. So we're going to roll the shoulders up, back and around. And then move your shoulders separate. And on your next inhale, do a big shoulder shrug. Exhale, drop down, drop your chin down to your chest. Oh, that feels good. Take a sigh. Slide your chin to your collarbone on one side. Go through center into your other collarbone. Back down center. Now give your head a roll to one shoulder, forward, other shoulders. A few more right here. Okay, as you bring your head to your right side, stop, do a few little head nods, and then stop and sigh. Okay, we'll go to the other shoulder. Head nods on this side. And stop and sigh. And then bring your head forward again, chin to your chest, deep breath in. Exhale, bring your head upright. All right, so we're going to take our band that is not in a loop or something that you can go kind of wide with. So we're first just going to go pretty wide. I'm going wider than shoulders, and we're just going to pull out as we go up and down. Good. Up, you're pulling out the whole time. Up and down. Keep a little bend in the knees, navel in towards your spine. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Last one. Keep the arms up, and then we're going to go down and up. Now, if going behind your head is too much on your shoulders, you can go in the front of your face. Same action. You're still pulling out as you're bending and straightening. 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up, and we'll just go side to side just a few times. Still pulling out with your hands here. Good. And then come up, release. Let's roll the shoulders. And now we're going to walk our hands in so they're narrower. And you can even, if you have enough, you could loop around your hands if that's helpful for you to hang on. I don't know if it helps me, but okay. So you're about about shoulder width apart. You want to be in just a little bit narrower so that when you pull out, your hands are about that shoulder width. Okay, so you want to pull out and palms are facing inward, and we're just going to go up to shoulder height and down and up. You're still pulling out, hands as if you're trying to bring your hands further apart from each other. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good. Okay, now we're going to go up, elbows back, forward, down, up, back, forward, down, up, back, forward, down. We have 8 more of these. Out, back, forward, down, down, in, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good. Up, back, forward, down. Breathe in, out, in, out, in. Two more. Up, back, in, down, up, and down. Good. Release, roll the shoulders. Whoo. All right, now we're going to bring the arms forward, a little bit of a pulling out, and then we're going to pull the elbow back and straighten. Switch. 2, 3, 4. You can always adjust so you have a longer space between your hands or shorter, depending on whether you need more resistance or less. 6, 5, 4, 3. Ooh, I can feel this in my shoulders. 2, and 1. Okay, let's release. Roll the shoulders. Whew. Okay, so now you might not want quite as much resistance. We're gonna pull the arms up and then bend the elbow. And come up and bend the other elbow and up. Okay, now we got the arms up. Same kind of action, but you're gonna keep your left arm straight. We're gonna pull your right elbow down. Exhale, inhale. We've got 8 more on the side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I'll probably be sore tomorrow. 2, and 1, and then we'll switch. 12, 11, 10, 8. Really exhale as you pull. 2 more. 2, and 1. Good. Release. Let's bring the strap down or the band down. Roll the shoulders a little bit. Let's just shake them out as you release. Even open up the hands a little bit from all that gripping. All right, we're going to set this down. We're going to give our arms just a little bit of a break as we go back to the legs. So I'm going to go back to my heavier loop. Now, if you don't have different strengths, that's fine. Just do what works for you. And go back to that heavier loop. And so one thing you can do for this is if you don't have different band resistance and you want to go lighter or heavier, lighter would be up by the knees. Heavier or more challenging would be down by the ankles. So I'm going to go down by the ankles, but you could go around the knees if you wanted to. So we're going to push our hips back like you're going to sit in a chair. You want to make sure you've got a little more weight in your heels. Knees are moving away from your toes. Spine stays straight, navel in and up. So you don't want to dump into your back and dump your belly forward. You want to keep the spine long, navel in and up. Okay. You're going to bend into it, keep your knees soft, and then we're going to go, I'm going to start over on this side, and we're going to do our crab walks. So you're going to step out and in, 2, 3, and 4, go the other way, 4, 3, 2, 1, again, 4, 3, 2, 1, other way, 4, 3, 2, I keep stepping on the tail, 1 more time each way, 4, 3, 2, 1, other way, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then I'm going to come back to the center. Okay, so now we're going to go into a chair with a side lift, and we'll alternate, okay? So we're going to lower down, open out, down, out, straight out to the side, knee stays pointing forward. Exhale, exhale. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, come back up, take a breath, excuse me, a breath in and out. Now we're gonna do the same thing, but instead of opening the leg out to the side, we're gonna open it to the back, okay? So lower, back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more on each leg. 11. Last 1. Good. And relax. Whew. Okay. Take a breath. I'm a little out of breath. Now, even if you had the strap down by your ankles, you're going to bring it up to the thigh. One thing with the booty bands is they don't curl on you, which is kind of nice. This one likes to curl a little bit. Okay, so then we're going to step wide, toes angled out into kind of that goddess position, or if you're a ballet person, second position. So we're going to pivot. We'll start with the right leg. Pivot in, out, in, out. So you're going to get on the ball of the foot, turn the knee in, turn it out. Yeah, in, out. Okay, got 10 more. 9, 8. Working on hip rotation. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one each leg, 1. Good, and release. Let's walk the feet in. You're gonna keep the loop around your thighs, and then step with your right foot forward, lean onto that thigh, step your left foot back. So you're gonna have your back heel up off the floor. We're gonna kind of a high lunge. Bring your chest up, tailbone is long, navel is in and up, and then we're gonna pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Stay low, lengthen the bottom leg or the back leg, bend, straighten, bend. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Step forward. All right, we're going to go the other side. I'm just going to turn to the side, to the other side. If you need to readjust your loop, go ahead and do that. So now you're going to be leaning on your left leg. Step your right foot back into that high lunge. So your back knee is pointing forward, back heel is lifted. Lift your chest up, tailbone long, navel in and up. And then we're going to go down, up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay down. Now straighten the back leg. Bend. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good. And step up. We can let that loop come off the legs. Woo! Give the legs a little shake out. And then we're going to go back to that longer strap. So what you're going to do is you're going to step right into the middle of it with both feet. And then you're going to come into your chair pose position, lean back, and you're going to have the strap or the band in each hand. So you're going to come into your chair pose, make sure your navel's in and up. And then we're going to go into some bicep curls. So you're going to tuck your elbows into your waist, palms up, bend, straighten. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You guys are doing good. 7, 8. We don't have very much left. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then stop halfway. We'll do a little pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and come up. So now we're going to stay in this position and we're going to lean. 1, 2. Pull your elbow up. 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more. Exhale as you lift. Two more on each side. 2, 1. Okay, relax. Let's roll the shoulders up, back, and down. So now you're going to stay standing on your band, except for you're going to just stand on it with your right foot step your left foot back, okay? So your right hand can rest on your right thigh, and then you want to kind of squiggle your hand down a little lower if you want more intensity here. So we're kind of in this high lunge or with the heel lifted, or you can turn your back toes out to place the heel on the floor, more of a warrior one position. And then we're going to row our right elbow back. So breathe in, exhale, pull back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good. Now we're going to stay in the same position, but come off your back foot. So it's just touching, the ball of your foot's down. Front leg is almost straight, but you don't want to lock it. So I'm going to keep a little bend in my knee. And then I'm going to bend forward. So your back foot is kind of your kickstand. It's keeping you balanced. I'm going to bend forward to go lower on my band so I have more resistance. Little bend in your standing leg, and then we're going to pull up. Okay, so we're going to lower and lift 12 times. So you're going to go down, lift up, down, and up. So back foot is just keeping you steady. Front leg is strong, spine is straight. So if you have tighter hamstrings, you don't bend as far forward because you want your spine to stay straight. We're working our hammies and our glutes. Okay, we got 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, let's go back to that longer position and we'll step on your band with your other foot. So I'm stepping on my right foot. I'm just turning so I can face you better. Stepping left foot back, right hand's on the knee, and you can have your back heel lifted, sort of a high lunge, or you can turn your toes out, heel down into more of a warrior one position. All right, and then you want to reach down as low on that band as you need to get the right amount of challenge for you. Okay, we're going to pull the elbow back. We got 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to come off that back foot. So you're just really light on the toes as your kickstand. You might need to bend down a little lower to get more resistance to hold closer towards the foot on your band, and then come up. So you can always adjust if you need to. So spine's going to stay straight. Standing leg, make sure you're not locking it. You can keep a little bend in it, as little help from your back foot as possible. All right, lower down, lift up. Exhale as you lift. 4, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 4 more now. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then go ahead and come off of that band. Let's roll the shoulders. Whew. And then bring one arm up and over. Pull the elbow. We did it. We're just going to do a little cool down, a little stretch. Pull the other arm. And then cross one arm over. Keep the shoulder down as you give it a pull. Maybe rotate the wrist while we're here. Go the other direction. Okay, and then open, and we'll go to the other side. Shoulder down as you pull it in towards your torso. Rotate the wrist. Good. And release. Let's open wide. Inhale. Exhale, hug. Inhale, open. And hug. Let's do 2 more of those. Open. Hug. Open. And hug. Good. And then we'll interlace fingers behind. If you can't hold on to your hands, you've got your band, so you could hold on to that and then come forward. All right, and then come on up. We're going to ease ourselves back down to our knees. Pad the knees if you need to. We'll do an cat-cow here. And then another child's pose. Take a sigh. Reach your arms forward. Slide your heart forward, coming back to your puppy pose. Outside edges of the shoulder blades are lifting up. You could go to fingertips. This is a really nice stretch for the upper back as well as the shoulders. And then come back and roll up. From there, we'll come on to all the way down onto the floor. Cross your right thigh over your left thigh. Keep your right hip dropping down to the floor as opposed to lifting into a twist. So you're going to keep your right hip on the floor, right thigh is crossed over left. Heel toe your left foot towards the left side of your mat, and then move your left knee left, and it's going to give your right leg a pull as well. So that's when the hip wants to lift, you're going to keep it down on the floor. So we're getting into that like outer hip stretch, slightly different than a warrior or a figure 4 pose. Okay, and then uncross other side. So this time you're working at keeping your left hip drop down as you heel toe your right foot right, pulling the left leg with it. Good, and then release, move your left knee to the chest. You can keep the right leg bent or you can go lengthen it out. Take a sigh. And then switch, go the other leg. Sigh again. And then place both feet on the floor, arms out to a T. Go back into those really easy windshield wiper twists. Yeah. Excuse me. And then come back to center. Go along with both legs, arms stretch up. Let's just alternate. Stretch one side and switch. So you're kind of making this a fluid, organic side to side. And then stop and stretch the full body. And then release the arms down by your sides. We're going to keep your heels planted on the floor as you loosely and quickly point and flex your feet. So it's really loose so that your heels planted on the floor creates a little pulsing movement of your body. Good. And then relax and then move your legs in and out. Feet are really loose, so your ankles are kind of floppy, toes in and out. Good. And then we're going to bring right knee back into the chest. Let's slide the left foot to the floor and then straighten the right leg up. And just give it a little stretch. If you're more comfortable, or if you're comfortable with it, you could lengthen out your left leg. Just make sure you flex the foot. Okay. And then we'll go the other side. So you can keep your right leg bent or lengthen it out with a flexed foot. And release both knees to the chest, rock side to side. And then roll to your side. Press yourself up. Whew. Well, I don't know about you, but I found that challenging. Let's do one last little shoulder roll. So you can let me know how that went for you. And also let me know if you have other types of classes or videos that you would like to see in the future. And then inhale, shrug shoulders up. And exhale, drop them down. Let's do one more shrug. Inhale, shrug up. And exhale, drop down, and we'll take one more great big sigh. Inhale through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. Good. Thank you for spending some time with me. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I will see you next time. Bye.